Hey, and welcome to another playthrough, and I have allergy issues, again, as always. Today I've got for you Tenchu, Birth of the Stealth Assassins. And I'm going to be going through both Rikimaru and Ayame's playthroughs. And I'm going to be doing this playthrough a little bit differently. Down on the farm, down on the farm, down on the farm.
You have learned much, but I would expect that from one raised from childhood to be an Azuma ninja. Now it is time to complete your training. Come into my house.
He's asking what I assume is a 16-year-old boy to come into his house. That's not good. Although, maybe more acceptable. Well, no, definitely not acceptable in these times. Most definitely not. Yeah, I had commentary done for this, uploaded the video, and did not realize that there was no commentary. The only thing I could think of is somehow it got erased when I added music into this level.
Test my strength, Master. I am ready to be a ninja.
You are strong, Rikimaru, but you have much to learn before you can be a ninja.
Whoa!
Come back when you can survive as a ninja.
How did you not know that was going to happen? Right, so since it's just me doing this, I'll go over some basics, even though I think I go over some of this later on in the Let's Play. If you're new to the Tenchu series, that bottom left-hand corner, there's a bunch of things that you'll need to know. One is you'll see that giant question mark. That lets you know somebody's around. It does not distinguish friend or foe. Although, let's face it, you're not going to come across a whole lot of friends. Much like my life. And I did check the other videos and everything else is fine. I don't know what the fuck happened here unless, like I said before, adding the music caused the commentary to go away. My video editor sometimes does that, which is annoying. The original commentary I had for this was far more entertaining. And I wasn't bothered by allergies. The number right next to the part with the question mark tells you how far away somebody is. And that question mark can go to a question mark and exclamation point when somebody's alerted, when they think somebody's around but they don't know where you are. An exclamation point, they see you but they haven't identified you yet, and dual exclamation point, they know you, they know where you are, and they coming for you. Hide your wife, hide your kids, and hide your husband. They coming for you. You will want to put your weapons away for that because you run quicker, and you need to run quick in order to get past that without getting hit with those traps. And those also make sounds which can alert enemies. I get all Grandmaster ranking in every mission. I started to say that this playthrough is a little bit different, except for the third campaign, which is a different character. Rikimaru and Ayame's campaigns I'm mixing together. So I'm putting them together in a way that makes as much sense as they can for story purposes. As much as it'll make sense, given that these weren't meant to be put together like I'm putting them. I don't know if any of that makes sense. It's around 4:30 in the morning when I happened to wake up and found out that there was no commentary on my video that uploaded. So I'm not even fully awake yet. I was going to go back to bed. I've never come up here as far as I can remember before this, but this game has an annoying habit of requiring you to kill everybody in order to get the Grandmaster ranking. That's not going to be the case when we redo the first game, which I have some thoughts on how I'm going to do that. So we got to put our sword away again. And looks like Ricky needs to get a case of the runs. Wanted to make that joke in Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I don't think I'm going to have another opportunity to. So I'm doing it here. I'm just barely in the castle in that playthrough. Although I'm glad to see that the hat mod I put on Salazar worked. So that's nice. And yes, that's going to be a Ballistics Edition playthrough with Ashley and Ada. And with doing commentary now, this means I can say thank you to Thor for coming up with the thumbnails for this playthrough. Was not planned at the time, but he did it, and I much appreciate that. He's a good dude. And every now and again, whenever they hear something like that, you'll get this annoying tone that plays. This game has no music whatsoever, which is why I put in music primarily from the first game. I was resistant to doing that at first. At first, I put in music from other Tenchu games, but then I decided it might be a good idea to just throw in music from the best soundtrack in the series. And my favorite soundtrack in games. And keep in mind, there are a lot of good soundtracks. I like Resident Evil 2 and 3 soundtracks a lot, but I would still pick Tenchu 1 soundtrack over them any day. Something I did not know for the longest time is that you can slowly move your way out of water. That's not alerting people, which is great because I always wondered why the fuck you couldn't do that. And that is the hardest swimming section in the game. They added it, and the friend that I was doing this commentary with and I speculated that they had a ton of ideas they tried to implement and then just didn't have time to do it properly. You don't need to swim anymore in this game. I'm going to a little bit because there are a couple moments where it's helpful to do. But you don't have to. So it seems like a strange inclusion. All right, well, Ricky's made his way through what I assume are prisoners. And their punishment is to be training dummies for their ninjas. I'm assuming anyways.
So, you have survived the training. You are now an Azuma ninja, Rikimaru. But you still have much to learn.
I am honored to serve, Master Shionsai.
Izza, Grandmaster.
You have learned much, but I would expect that from one raised from childhood to be an Azuma ninja. Now it is time to complete your training. Come into my house.
Ah, great. Now he's inviting 14-year-old girls into his house. That's not creepy. And back in Japan, I'm sure this would have been more than acceptable, which is, I guess, fitting of the life expectancy of the time. And that comment will have been muted.
Are you ready, Ayame?
I was born ready.
We shall see. Come back when you can survive as a ninja.
How do they keep falling for that? I know the trope might not have existed back in ancient Japan, but that seems silly. I don't know if I get to show off every stealth kill animation, but I do the best I can to show off as many as I possibly can. Man, and I had jokes too that are no longer on the video. And all that raw footage is gone. Almost like I should have previewed all of this before deleting the raw footage. Sir, turning around was your biggest mistake. And that's all I can figure, is that these people are just prisoners from some sort of war and that was their punishment. Although I don't know why they gave them weapons. Seems like a bad idea. How could you think they wouldn't turn them and use them on you if you gave them weapons? Maybe that's just overconfidence. Yeah, I hate it when my video editor does that. Sometimes it will mute certain sounds. In this case, the commentary track. There was a line of dialogue in Vice City that got muted because I took it out of where it played in the video because I was cutting part of that. And I wanted to move it to another section, and for some reason it got muted. And I'm still annoyed that I did not catch that. So what I'm going to call a different style of doing this Let's Play, you won't notice in the next video either because the next two missions are pretty standalone. They're kind of like this in that they both take place in the same area, but one is at night and one's during the day. For some reason, the devs thought that missions during the day would be a great idea for a stealth game. I'm not really sure why. Seems odd to me, but oh well. I didn't make the game. Originally, I made a joke about a comment left on the no commentary video that posted, but that gets closer to talking about Ayame, which I'm not going to do. I've had to mute so many comments that I've made throughout this playthrough because of that. So playing a game that does not have an underage girl in it would be fantastic. That's why I'm enjoying Resident Evil 4 Remake. All right then. Well, we're moving on. Of course, I'm making more work for myself now, having to edit shit out. I don't even think what I said was that bad, but I don't want to take any chances. You just never know. This whole running quicker whenever you have your weapons holstered mechanic doesn't really come into play very much either. I am glad they give you signs to let you know where you can grapple to. That's nice. The grappling hook does not work nearly as well in this game. Look forward to lots of me bitching about that throughout the playthrough. But they give you another sign right there. Into the drink with Ayame. Into the drink. Yeah, it's a weird scoring system. And I only went for Grandmaster ranking just because I've never done it in this game. So I wanted to. Now, granted, yes, I'm using save states to get it done, but that's because I have a job and I have other responsibilities. Like being awake at 4:30 in the morning doing commentary that should have already been done. I'm probably going to be a bit sour about that for the rest of the day. And I still have a full day of work ahead of me, although at least it's work from home. I mean, I woke up, went to the bathroom, thought, all right, let's go back to bed. Oh, the Tenchu video posted. Let me see if there were any comments on there, and then no commentary. I accidentally did that one time with Evil Within 2. I accidentally uploaded the test video that I was doing commentary for. And I had to go and correct that. So that was kind of annoying. That's not what happened here, though. I thought it was at first. That's what you get for standing there like that. You had ideas. I know you had ideas. And those were bad ideas. They would call Chris Hansen on you, except Ayame is more badass than Chris Hansen. Well, I see you. No, you don't. To be fair, I'm not going to call Chris Hansen badass. Although I do appreciate his work. And I would appreciate it more if I could find the door. There we go.
So, you have survived the training. You are now an Azuma ninja, Ayame. But you still have much to learn.
That's great. I mean, thank you for the honor.
That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Next time we will do the first mission for both characters.